This is Matrix Lord 212, and I'm reviewing Avengers number 9. And as you can see on the cover, this is Namor the Submariner. He looks actually younger than usual. And he gets into a big battle. Now, the story begins in the present where Stingray is fighting Tiger Shark. Now, they had a connection because Stingray, I guess, married Tiger Shark's sister, but Tiger Shark's a villain. So then they get interrupted by Namor the Submariner, who says, either join me or, like, basically die. And Stingray was a friend of Namor's for a long time. And Namor used to be in the Avengers and all these different organizations. But recently, a lot of Atlanteans had died due to a Roxxon whaling ship that killed his people, as well as stuff from the Final Host that they were dealing with the Celestial. So he basically brutally beats the crap out of Stingray, leaving him bloodied, and I think he sent the sharks to kill him. Don't know if he actually died, Stingray, but Tiger Shark joined him. Then we go to the past and we see that the Avengers, there's like the Atlanteans that are attacking people, and they go to stop them, and they come across Namor the Submariner, who is stronger than ever. He looks younger than ever. But, you know, his physiology is different, being half Atlantean, half human. So he probably could, I guess, regenerate, kind of, or look younger or something. But he battles the Avengers, and, you know, it's like he's a villain all over again because he doesn't want his people killed. But then, you know, he has a thing against the Black Panther because he feels that Wakanda is at war with his people. And his thing with Thor, because supposedly, I guess he battled Thor in Thor #1. So now Steve Rogers talks to him, and he stops fighting, and because they have that respect, that mutual respect, because they were in the Invaders together, and the Avengers, and all these different things, he agrees to allow the Avengers to take the prisoners of the people that torture his people and lock them away and everything, rather than have hostility. And then he goes to the Atlantean children, to try to, you know, free them and say, come with me back to the palace. And they don't want to have nothing to do with the water. They want to live on the land, surface world, but they can't because they're Atlanteans. So they go to the beach and they all die off while they're being mocked and made fun of by the humans, which enrages Namor. And he decides to create the Defenders of the Deep with all these, I guess, villains and fish creatures and super villains and everything like that. So there is going to be a war now, a new war with Atlantis and the Earth, the surface world, and this is the start of it. So, you know, here we go again, Avengers number 9. And also it's funny about Namor, because Namor was always said he had that instability, that he couldn't be in the water too long, or he couldn't be on land too long, because then it would affect his mind. Maybe you go a little crazy, maybe he had like an imbalance. You know, I don't know if you would say he was bipolar, but maybe worse than bipolar, because, you know, he keeps flip-flopping over the decades. I mean, he is one of Marvel's, he's like one of Marvel's first superheroes, supervillains, kind of from the 30s in Timely Comics. So, battling Captain America, battling the Torch, battling the Invaders, then being part of Invaders. So, like, he is one of the oldest, okay? He is older than Aquaman. He became way before Aquaman. He was before. So it's funny you see Aquaman and stuff, but how would a Namor, the Submariner movie, do? And I think that if you're going to do another Avengers and take a break from, you know, Endgame, the next Avengers movie should be Atlantis Attacks, where Namor would battle the surface world, the Avengers would have to get involved, and then you find out, even Captain America didn't know, maybe Captain America did encounter him in the past, but then he had his memory wiped, because so that way to protect the Atlanteans, and then you could have a whole, you know, whole thing, backstory with that. So, you know, as long as Captain America lives, you know, in the movies, it would be great to have Atlantis Attacks be the next Avengers movie after Endgame. All right, guys, and at least a break into Avengers vs. X-Men, which I'm hearing is happening also. All right, guys, take care. Bye for now.